Raren says, does the heroic Rob of the race look good?
They cook.
Something says, yeah. Azakariasi says, the matchmaking in this game is horrendous.
You said Shadow Walker? That like, hold on. He's on. Yeah, no. I don't think I have it equipped. Yeah.
Lego Lassa says, matchmaking is okay, the problem is the bots queuing.
What should I take off?
Tashrin says,
Just murderous energy?
Tashrin Elvinson says, Nylira says, bombed. Obi says, that Duke Troll Greg says, as Hell's Angel, Sota Zelf
Nah.
Velendrin says, what kind of bug even agoraphobia says, TF. Bomb Snack says, Azakariasi says, Donkle Kang 93
Oh, I should
says,
put this, right?
X Shanks says, ever Azakariasi says, and Last says,
Damn, I should.
Kaloni says, at least it wasn't just me.
Frost Master. So, you know,
Azakariasi says, everyone.
So look.
Ghost in the Mist 2 says, I cannot believe this BS.
So you see when I do, all right, so look, try to walk like you attacking me, right?
Reducing drops to keep our prices up.
Like, look, I'm gonna do this, right? Boom. Now walk through that.
Hamsters says,
You have a chance of getting like frost. But then if I do this, right? Now try to walk.
Wagner says, no you.
But can you attack still?
Zakariasi says, X9 devs. Says, PvP combat state will end in 45s. Alkaid says, PvP combat. Azakariasi says, I better get 500 ornate coins for that. Bobbledub says, Lethargic Legion is a chill guild for players who want a relaxed. Nope says, PvP combat state will end in 15s. Tater 27772 says, Tater 27772 says, PvP combat state will end in 5s. Says, PvP combat state has ended.
And you said that that mad sword dance don't do shit. You don't think so?
Twig Newton says,
Huh?
guild to join.
It's really trash?
Azakariasi says, Hiditn says, used mad sword dance on the Mooney. You have entered PvP combat state. Oh Big Noodle says, LFG. Says, skills that are in cooldown outside of the real Earthshake says, who was I with in the Cave of Destruction boss with? I forgot the names. says PvP combat state will end in 45s.
What lightning speed?
Says PvP combat state will end in 30s.
What? I don't need that.
Cheech93 says, Echoes of Thrones
Inject
OVST
Venom.
time casual 2 francs P Discord whisper for invite guild says PvP combat state will end in 15s. Says PvP
Wait, hold
combat
on.
state will
You
end
said
in
what?
5s. Says PvP combat state has
Yeah.
ended.
Yeah, I have that. Is that good? Like, what is it?
Alopchia man says, when do we get in? Azakariasi says, you don't.
You know, I was gonna throw. You know, what I was gonna throw in. So you said, hold
Azakariasi
on.
says, there's a guild in there for the last
Hold on.
1.5 HRS.
I gotta see what I'm doing.
Levitracetum says,
Hold on. So you said this shit in AOE? What up, nigga? So you said get rid of the mad dance? I want to try some real quick.
says, used Icebound Tomb on the Mooney. You have entered PvP combat state.
Oh wait, hold on. What?
Says, PvP combat state will end in 45s. Says, PvP combat state will end in 30s.
Yo, money. Oh, I can hit you now with that shit. Oh. Oh, they gonna hate me. Ooh, they gonna hate me, buddy. I changed it, so I got two that do that now.
Says PvP combat state will end in 45s.
You said get rid of Inject Venom and put Fatal Stigma?
Liu says PvP combat state will end in 30s.
Yeah. No.
Says PvP combat state will end in 15s. Small Favor says Small Favor's party churn.
No, I didn't see that.
Says PvP
All
combat
right,
state
give me
will
1
end in
second.
45s. Says PvP combat state. Koketsu Leo says Death Hallow recruiting. Says PvP combat state will end in 15s. Says PvP combat state will end in 5s. Says PvP. The Mooney says the Hounds LF hunters and killers to join the pack. Shreddy Z says, and LT, North Hunter and GT, looking for active members. PvP, PvE, raids, all content. 18 plus. We are a helping friendly guild. With a Discord server. Apply by PM or searching us through the guild tab. Happy hunting, LVL 14. Bex from 6ix says, Bex from 6ix is party Malakar.
Nice, bro.
Says, used focused fire bombs on Swift Breeze. You have entered PvP combat state. Koketsu Leo says, we are a friendly guild looking for active people to join us and play this game to the fullest. We welcome all players, Verse says, and LT, Chicabros and GT, LV9, active PvX guild looking to grow and spread our wings. We're always looking for talented individuals and AMP, newcomers to Small Favor says, Small Favor's party churn.
Go there. I'm not stuck.
Duke Dridnock says, Lethargic Legion is recruiting. Says, you cannot attack other players in this zone. Your relationship with players who were hostile says, you can battle other players in this zone. You are hostile to all players outside your party. Collisions occur between players while in this area.
Yeah.
Les Talis says, JLZZY says, JLZZY's party siloid 6
So,
francs.
so does this fatal stigma not do shit though?
Says, used fatal stigma on the Mooney. You have entered PvP combat state.
There is no AoE on that bitch. There's no AoE on that shit, bro. Yeah, there's no AoE on it.
Says, PvP combat state will end in 45s.
Yeah, it's not. I don't have cooldown reset on.
Says, PvP combat state will
That
end in
shit is
30s.
cooked. Not that good.
Says, the notification enabled. Says, PvP combat state will end in 15s. Says, PvP combat state will end in 5s. Says, PvP combat state has ended. Says, used mutilation on the Mooney. You have entered PvP combat state. Says, you cannot attack other players in this zone. Your relationship with players.
Yo, you wanna try fighting me for real?
You can battle other players in this zone. You are hostile to Rough Eye of Either says, LFG.
I'm gonna see if I'm missing something. Hold on one second. Cause I don't know, man. I think that mad sword dance shit, that multiple attacks is good.
Epic says, used Inferno Wave on the Mooney. You have entered PvP combat state.
Well, that's cause you don't have it on single, nigga.
Epic
The one that I had it on, the mad sword dance, is a single target.
Says, PvP combat state will end in 45s.
Yeah, but it's just more attack. I don't know. I feel like it go crazy, but I don't want to give up certain shit for that.
Says, PvP combat state will end in 30s.
Nah. I'm about to take that thing on this shit real quick.
Says, PvP combat state will end in 15s. Says, PvP combat state will end in 5s. Says, PvP combat state has ended. JLZZY says, JLZZY's party siloid 6 francs. Just Colbiz says, top 10 guild looking for healers level 50. Smellium says, lol same.
Yo, you ready?
Says, used Shadow Strike on the Mooney. You have entered PvP combat state. Says PvP combat state has ended.
That nigga like rape.
Says you cannot attack other players in this zone.
I was about to, I didn't know what to do, what combos to use.
In the duel zone will return to normal. Turtle says, Journeyman.
Nah, cause like I got these two, so like you know this shit right here, like where if I hit you with this, then it's like alright, so I should do this, right?
You have entered
More to this, right? Then if I do this one, then I should just go into this. Then that, then. Nigga, you ain't dropped though. What the fuck? Well, oh, I gotta upgrade these skills. Oh, Assassin Step. Assassin Step is trash. Defeating a target increases mana regained by 24.
Tamako says, LFG Shadowed Crypt.
I got something for you. Increases burning damage over time by 30. Using a skill on a victim that uses burning increases 10 heavy attack chances per stacking. That's good. Critical, yeah. Yo, stop hitting me, nigga. I'm doing something, bitch ass nigga.
Says, Legend says, you have entered a duel. Says, you cannot attack other players in this zone.
I don't know who the fuck was hitting me, nigga. I was about to cry, folks.
Roll off SNSW says, roll off Coiling Death says, LFG Island. Says, quality passive skill growth book says, quality passive skill.
Yo, Hammer, have you ever asked?
Quality says, quality. Tamako says, says, quality passive skill.
Word, that's what I said to that bitch.
Says, quality passive skill growth book X4.
I like hoes.
SNSW says, roll off SNSW's party siloid 6 franc bombs need heals.
Who? Yo, chill.
Says, quality passive skill growth book X1 has says.
Yeah, that girl's she a little slow, bro.
Growth book X1 has says quality passive skill growth says quality passive skill growth book X3 has been says quality passive